Hey, what's up? You good? On our play for this week, Microsoft is dominating on the PlayStation Store. Strange. Strange times we live in. No Baldur's Gate 4 coming from Larian Studios, but they do have multiple games in the works, and we'll talk about them. Far Cry 7 rumors point to something big coming soon.
Almost like
Maybe.
they're dropping a bomb on us.
Almost. Almost. All this and more on Season 8, Episode 16 of Press X to Start Gamers Digest. Yes. Should be a good one. What's up, everyone? I'm your host, DJ, aka Sexy Bad Choices, aka I got some problems with Dragon's Dogma 2. We're going to talk about it in the actual news article because they're releasing an update and it's going to help me a lot with this game. I am joined by
Sean MF Ross,
what does the M and F stand for?
medium rested. Not quite well rested.
Hey,
Yeah,
man.
a little bit
Hey.
of sleep. Yeah.
A little bit is still good, It's still good. All right, now you know who we are. Press X Start Gamers Digest is a video podcast that condenses the most important gaming news from this past week into an hour-long meal just for you. We are live on YouTube every Sunday when we can make it because life is hard.
But listening to Press X to Start is easy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Don't forget, you can support us by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, and hit the notification bell. If you are listening, we greatly appreciate you leaving us a review on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, a shoe, whatever you're listening to us on. That'd be great. We'd appreciate that. If you want, you can join our conversation by joining our Discord at pressx2start.com/Discord. Now you know. Make those things happen for us. Thank you.
Or, I mean, if you want to reach out to us on AIM, ICQ, ASL, Yahoo Messenger, all that good stuff.
Yes. We're old enough to know what those things are. Are you? If you are, comment down below. Let us know. All right. With that being said, let us jump into the gaming news with number 1. Microsoft's Xbox has taken over Sony's PlayStation Store. This comes to us from Windows Central by way of Jez Corden. So, as the title suggests, Microsoft's Xbox platform has effectively taken over its arch console rival storefront, owing to its absolutely massive content investment strategy. Yes. So, what is happening here is that as of April, out of the top 25 games on the PlayStation Store, 7 of them are Xbox games. Yeah, Xbox games.
The property
Yes, owned by yes. That's a good way of saying it. So 7 of them are owned by Microsoft. 5 of them are PlayStation, and then the rest are just kind of multi-platform stuff. Let me see if I can. Because basically when this dropped and we posted it in our little articles Discord chat, there we had me and Jordan specifically had a conversation about what this means for PlayStation and Xbox and all this stuff, and it was a lively debate. We were going back and forth. We were making good points. I look at this and Sean, I think you were actually the first person to say this is what happens when you buy out the industry, essentially.
You remember that you know what? No, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. It's like buying your way to the front line, the front of the line at the club.
Yeah. That's kind of what it is. So yeah, I was actually looking
buying your way into the country club. I don't know a good analogy just yet to use it, but I mean we've been saying this for a while now.
Yeah, essentially, that's sort of the move that Microsoft had to play, because they first bought Minecraft, and that was like, oh, that's a big move, and that kind of fit with them at the time. That was fine. They made the Bethesda purchase. Again, for me, that fit with them because my time testing at ZeniMax, which was the owner of Bethesda Softworks, it just felt like a very Xbox studio to me. So for them to make that purchase, like, all right, that makes sense. And then
it's like Microsoft was making goat skin condoms. Like nobody really used them. You know about it. A few people used it, but then they bought the latex company, and
Hmm.
now they're in first place. It just doesn't feel earned. Everybody wasn't just using your product because they liked it.
That's kind of what it is. And just to end off the whole like their purchasing timeline, they recently purchased Activision Blizzard King, which are the owners of Call of Duty, Overwatch, Candy Crush, and games. Or those three are like the major games, and Diablo as well. So yeah, like you bought you bought Call of Duty. That's always number one, no matter the quality of the game. Like so, for them to be in the top,
And with
it's like okay,
Minecraft,
well, yeah, exactly. Yeah, we don't even talk about Minecraft anymore because it's always just selling. So yeah, like you're always going to be number one. But I think my my stance on it was that yes, the fact is you're number one, but there's always a caveat to it because you got that position by just paying the money to have that position. It's like you bought the VIP pass and
hmm,
now you're number one, but it's like everyone knows that you bought that VIP pass. And it's like, okay, cool,
look
whatever.
at us, we're doing so great. No, we weren't though.
Yeah, exactly. And like, and then I will say that like Jordan's position on it was that like it's sort of yes, they bought the studios, but there was nothing there was nothing uh like bad or negative or like it wasn't illegal. Like it was all within the confines of capitalism, and
Yeah, I don't
that's
think it's
true.
illegal. It's just they're not necessarily cheating in like a legal sense. It just feels, I don't know.
I mean, that's what it is. I think there is the business side to it, which I think makes sense. And like in our conversation, I was like, hey
Of
man,
course, if
like
we had the money, we would do that. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, like Microsoft had the money, they made the moves, and they were just like, "Hey, this works for us." They did it, and it passed a crazy level of scrutiny, and it went through. And it's like, okay, well, this is ours now. And it's like, hey, you buy the car, drive the car. I get it, but there is that like moral side to it. It's like, okay, well, yes, I understand that you're operating within the whole guise of capitalism, but at the same time, it's like you just bought first place. Like your actual exclusive games are still not really performing to that
Yeah.
caliber. Like you just got Call of Duty. So yeah, that's that. In terms of the actual games themselves, so the games that are within the top 20, top 25 that's owned by Microsoft is Call of Duty, which is at the top spot. Um, actually, I think it sits below uh, Fortnite, actually.
Mm.
But then we have Overwatch 2, Sea of Thieves, Fallout 4, Minecraft, Fallout 76, and Grounded. And looking at these games individually, you're like, oh, wow, that's a lot of games. It's kind of weird that they're all like up in the top 25 or whatever.
I
Actually,
mean,
looking at
they're new on the store, so I mean, I would understand that. Give it a year and let's see where they're at.
exactly, I don't even think a year. I think
If that
give
makes
it
sense.
Yeah, I think probably give it June to see if these games are still there. Like Call of Duty for sure will still be there. Overwatch 2 will probably still be there. Minecraft, of course. Sea of Thieves, maybe. Fallout 4, definitely not. Fallout 77, definitely not. Grounded, definitely not. And the reason why Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 are on this list right now is because the show is doing so
Yeah,
well. I haven't even watched the show
I'm
yet.
gonna
I
watch
really
it.
want to watch the show. Yeah, and like everyone is applauding for this thing being like one of the best game adaptations to like Last of Us, which is amazing acclimates. Um, but like the Fallout 4 game and Fallout 76 games, they're both under like $10. So people are watching this show and be like, "Oh, I want to play a Fallout thing." They jump onto a store, they see it's under $10. Yeah, of course, I'm gonna buy that, even if I'm not gonna play it, or if I'm gonna try it out. It's super cheap. Why not,
think
right?
it's I think it was included in the
Oh,
PlayStation Plus. I wonder what goes on with that
oh,
agreement now. How long before those fall out of the PlayStation Plus?
yeah. I think Fallout 76 was included in the PlayStation Plus thing because I think I
I know Fallout 4 was at some point.
Yeah.
I'm just
Okay.
curious, like all the game IPs and rights they acquired in this deal, how much of that's going to
Yeah.
fall out of the store?
Yeah. So, and then with Grounded and Sea of Thieves to that level, they're both Xbox exclusive games that Xbox is trying their whole new system of putting their exclusive games
Mhm.
on PlayStation, and both those games come out in April. So the people who are like really, really like liking these games, who are really championing these games, who have a PlayStation console, can now get that game on PlayStation. So that's why it's going to balloon in terms of all these people are pre-ordering this game or all these people buying these games. It's just like that makes sense. So
Yeah.
we say all this to say that there's nothing really surprising about this. And like on top of this, I listened to other podcasts and so on and so forth. And I think one of them made a really, really good point about like what this means for the relationship between Microsoft and PlayStation. And it's like now that Microsoft is more taking a step towards being a publisher,
Hmm.
they are going to be interconnected with the success of PlayStation now. So if PlayStation is doing good, they're doing good. If they're doing good with this kind, if this kind of storefront thing is a thing that's going to go on forward, if the Xbox is doing good, PlayStation
Yeah.
will be doing good. So it's a weird thing of like they're not necessarily rivals anymore.
Uh, mm. While Microsoft still has a console, then yes, they are kinda. It's a weird relationship now.
Yeah, but then there's the other side to it of like, okay, well, if you can get all of the biggest Xbox games, all the most popular Xbox games on PlayStation, do you need to get an Xbox anymore? Like
There will
it's
be
the
those
whole
people that still want to play their legacy games, I guess.
well, that's true.
I
That's true.
guess there will be some exclusives that they will keep for themselves for whatever reason. I don't know if they want to
Yeah.
sell less. I don't want to sell as many as I can, so let me just like now they legit could just put it on PlayStation as well, maybe like a 6 month exclusive. But if they're,
Yeah, man.
I don't see the point now that you say it of Microsoft not putting like making something permanently exclusive to Xbox going forward.
Yeah.
They're a public company.
Especially
I wonder if their shareholders would even want that.
I don't think the shareholders care as long as they're making money. Like it
But you have a
what
responsibility to make your shareholders the most money.
true, but I mean like if you are if your company has its own box that
Mm.
has like a dedicated fan base to it, but they're also putting out games on the competitor's box that also has a dedicated fan base to it, you're essentially bringing money in from two sources, making yourself more rich, thus making the shareholders more money, right?
Yeah, yeah. I'm just saying. I don't. I'm wondering what their stance will be as far as like exclusive
Yeah.
games on Xbox now. It's interesting. We're in interesting times.
Yeah, yeah, we'll see. Yeah, again, like this is just good news for Xbox. Like they made this step, although it was a little shaky because there was kind of like what's happening with Xbox, and it turns out to be really profitable for them. So that is just awesome to see that it's working out for them.
Mm.
Um, I they're supposed to be having a showcase in June. I think that's going to be a very interesting showcase with where they are currently, and I think the rumor is that the old Call of Duty games might be coming to Xbox Game Pass or XCloud, one of the two. So yeah, they're gonna have stuff to go. Will it be new games? I don't know. That's always the hope, right? That's always the hope. So we'll see.
Mhm.
All right, number two. Larian has two new games in the works, fueled by the very same fire as Baldur's Gate 3. This comes to us from Rock Paper Shotgun by way of wait a minute. Edwin, no, yeah, Edwin Evans Thruwell. That's a cool name. So, as this article suggests, I guess the backstory is that Larian Studios, the developers of Baldur's Gate 3, they have put out a legit masterpiece. Oh, actually, it wasn't. I didn't put this in the article, but like, Baldur's Gate 3 has achieved the like highest level of award winning by winning the 5 games awards.
Game of
Um,
the Year awards. Yeah.
yeah, event. So it was like Golden Joystick, Dice Awards, um, the Game Awards. Ooh, I am blanking on the other two. The BAFTAs and something else, I think.
Yeah,
So
the awards probably.
the what?
Uh,
Oh. So yeah, like that's awesome. Like this game is just, and mind you, they did this in the same year that Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom came out, which probably would have been right there. But yeah, so like that's crazy that they've been able to do all this, and then they turn around and say, "Hey, look, guys, we're not making a Baldur's Gate 4. We're done. We have made the thing that everybody loves, and we're not going to screw it up. So we're out. We're not doing that anymore."
they
So
did whatever a drug dealer says they're gonna do. They're gonna get out the game on a high note.
exactly. And then there's also the whole thing that like probably the relationship between the studio and Wizards of the Coast, who owns D&D, they probably didn't have a great working relationship because D&D is very much so like things have to be done this way and this one this way because that's what we want.
And also the profit sharing. They want to keep more of the percentage for themselves.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's how this world works. Profit sharing. So yeah, um, they have pretty much walked away from D&D and said they're going to make their own game. Here they are saying they have 2 games in the work and it's fueled by the same fire as Baldur's Gate 3. So, um, the question is, what are those games? So before Baldur's Gate 3, Larian Studios made Divinity Original Sin, which is similar to Baldur's Gate 3. I never played it. I kind of wanted to play it, but at the time I just didn't have the headspace for it. But like now it's like, oh, I'd be interested in this. If it's close to Baldur's Gate 3, I'll give it a shot. And it's from Larian Studio. Absolutely. So yeah, Divinity Original Sin is a like CRPG, which is computer RPG. It's possible they may be going back to that because I believe there is like that's their original property, so there's no like profit sharing that they have to worry about. But I believe the other thing said that they were going to do something entirely new. So I think the entirely new thing is the thing that everyone's speculating on. So it could still be fantasy, it could be sci-fi, it could be western. I don't know. I'm just making that part up. My hope is that they stick with fantasy. I don't. I'm kind of over sci-fi. Not. I'm not over sci-fi stuff. I think the market's just saturated with sci-fi games right now, and it's just like, okay. So yeah, that's cool. Is there anything else to add to this? Oh, and then the next Baldur's Gate 3 patch will include the improved evil endings for the game if you are just a sicko and just want to have everybody die and then just basically be a havoc on the entire game of Baldur's Gate 3. Yeah, that's for you then. Um, so yeah, that's it. That's it. Is there anything else to add to that? Nah,
Nah, because
we'll
I
keep
didn't play
moving.
Baldur's Gate 3. Played all of
That's true.
30 minutes of it.
One day, Sean, you're gonna play it, and I'll be like, I told you so. It's a great
I'll play
game.
it. I'll play it when Marcus plays Black Flag.
Marcus, you have a job to do. Please play that game. Okay. Oh, the other thing to add to this is that this comes first from IGN. Hasbro talking to lots of partners about the future of Baldur's Gate after Larian walked away from Dungeons and Dragons. So this is literally the other side to that story, and that comes to us by Wesley Gingpool. So this is the other side of the story in that Hasbro has this super popular title or super popular franchise that is Baldur's Gate now, and they don't have a developer to work for because the developer has walked away, i.e., Larian Studios. So now they're in talks with people or other studios to develop this game. This
I wonder how they
is
found out
troubling.
that Larian was walking away. Did they find out the same time everybody else was?
Right? Like,
What do you mean you're
what?
walking away?
What do you mean you're leaving? You have your bags packed already? No, I'm not ready for this.
That was the best thing that ever happened to you. Get back here.
Right. You've made us so much money. Please come back. So it is one of those things of like, I don't I don't know, man. Like, for the fact that they're looking for partners, they're making it very public, meaning they definitely haven't found someone yet. And it's like, I don't I don't know if there is. I mean, there of course there could be another studio that's capable of making another Baldur's Gate 4 that is as good as Baldur's Gate 3. But it's like right now, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. In terms of its polish, their dedication to the characters, to just the everything just working into itself to make like this super like crazy cohesive thing where you do something in act 1 and you're like, yeah, whatever. And that character comes back in act 3 and you're like, oh crap. Then you realize that like you could have romanced that person. And you're just like, what? How would it even be the situation to do that? And I'm currently doing that now. Well, I was before playing Dragon's Dogma. But yeah, it's I wish them the best of luck. Like I wish them the best of luck. I don't know. This is probably the hardest thing for them to do right now is trying to figure out someone to replace Larian Studios to make the next Baldur's Gate. So yeah, that's that. Number 3. Far Cry 7 will star Cillian Murphy. Leaker suggests. This comes to us from Eurogamer.net. By way of Vicky Blake. Update as of April 21. Jonathan, who is the leaker into this, has clarified that the image of Cillian Murphy used in his cryptic tease does not mean Murphy will star in the game. So update that title, please. So what's happening here? There's a leaker named Jonathan who has posted on Twitter, I'm not calling it X, that, and it's in French, and I, as you can tell, well, you probably can't tell, but I don't know French. But the screen, they post 4 screenshots. One is of Cillian Murphy. The second is of a a couple sticks of dynamite with 72 hours on it. The other is a crab, and then the last picture is of 7. Everyone has looked at this and say, okay, well, this must be a Far Cry 7 thing, because the rumors is that the next Far Cry game, which would be Far Cry 7, is this basically takes place within 72 hours. And it seems that this rumors would suggest that it is probably because of a bomb or something might go off. The thing that I noticed about this is that image 3 is of a crab.
So clearly it'll be in Jamaica. Or wherever Ariel lives.
Well, Sean, that crab is a giant crab. Does that ring a bell?
No.
What about a giant enemy crab?
Skyrim? I don't know.
Oh no. So there was a meme like a long time ago, a PlayStation specific meme of one of the E3s, like where one of the people was talking or whatever, and it said, "Oh no, a giant enemy crab," and it didn't go well, but it was hilarious because it didn't go well, and that just became a PlayStation meme. And looking at that, and it's just like giant enemy crab. Oh, that's PlayStation. So the way I read this rumor is that I don't know about Cillian Murphy. I don't know, because if he's not gonna be in the game, then it's like, what's he doing? If there might be some other play to that, but I think what this rumor is suggesting is that Far Cry 7, I don't think it's gonna be exclusive because Ubisoft don't really do exclusivities like that, especially with their big titles. So I think we will see Far Cry 7 at the PlayStation showcase or state of play or whatever that's supposed to be rumored in May. So that's essentially in a couple weeks. But yeah, even in this article, they don't get to the whole enemy crab thing. So yeah, this could be an exclusive scoop. We'll see. We'll see what happens in a couple of weeks. And if it does happen, remember, we told you first. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like there should be another sentence after that, but I completely bumbled that. Number 4. But before we get there, hey, you enjoying this content? Having a good time? Comment down below. Let us know if we nailed that Far Cry 7 thing, because I think we actually might have. I guess you can comment below in a couple of weeks. So you have to come back to this. So you have to make sure that you like this video. You subscribe to the channel. You hit the notification bell. Because if you hit the notification bell, you'll be able to see all the stuff that happened. You can go back in time to this video and then comment down below and be like, hey, DJ, you nailed it. I'll be like, cool, thanks. In the future, commenting on the past about the future. Nailed it. If you are listening and you've completely just didn't even catch any of that because you're not looking at our faces and me pointing back and forth, leave us a review. Let us know how great we are. Let us know how your day's going. You can really just comment on anything. I don't think the algorithm really reads the reviews. It's just that the review is there and that you give enough 5 stars. So do those things. Then after that, just jump on our Discord. It's pretty cool. We talk about stuff. Right now, we're currently talking about Chris Brown threatening Quavo. Jesus. Yeah, rap game is it is going swimmingly right now. Yeah, okay, that's it. Let us jump back into the gaming stuffs. Number 4, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut, PC crossplay and system requirements revealed. This comes to us from the PlayStation.Blog. By Julian. Hey, Sean. What is that last name?
Oh my goodness.
Julian
Smith. Come on, that's what I'm joking. Now that looks like Huey Brex. I don't know.
Nailed it.
Julian H. We're just gonna.
There you go. I like that one. All right. So the interesting thing is that Julian H is the online community specialist from Nix's Softwares. Nix Software. Nix Software is one of the recent studios that PlayStation acquired to do these PC ports. So I believe this is their first game that they're dropping. So this is going to be a big test for them. And if this works out, then they'll probably be doing a lot of the other PlayStation exclusive games to port over to PC. So yeah, with this, Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut is coming to PC, and it contains the full game, the Iki Island expansion, and the cooperative online multiplayer Legends mode. That Legends mode is awesome. So this is a really cool bundle for people who haven't played Ghost of Tsushima. So thanks to crossplay support, Legend players on PC, Windows PC, can team up with players on both PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 consoles and use in-game voice chat to communicate. You will be required to sign into your PlayStation Network account to access Legends mode. So what they're saying there is that you don't necessarily have to sign into your PlayStation account to play the single player mode. But if you're playing online, you have to be on the PlayStation account because you're going to be doing the in-game voice chat stuff. That's what I'm getting from that. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut is the first PlayStation title on PC that uses a new PlayStation overlay, which includes your friends list, trophies, settings, and your profile. This feature is available on Windows PC and will be accessible from the in-game menu or for keyboard players by pressing Shift F1 because that part's necessary. On your keyboard. So yeah, this is cool. They're sneaking in this new PlayStation overlay feature, which I think is cool. It's also bringing PlayStation trophies to PlayStation or to PC, which is like also a first for them. What's your thoughts on all of this? Oh, you're muted. You're muted.
I wonder if they're gonna add the stuff to like games from prior.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, prior eras. I don't know. I mean, I guess it's cool. More trophy hunting for people.
Yeah, I think this is cool. There's I don't there's not really anything negative about this. I think it's good that they are bringing Ghost of Tsushima to more people. Um, I think we're supposed to be getting Ghost of Tsushima 2 next year because I think this year, I think there was thoughts that it would come this year, but it's not this year, obviously. And we also got Rise of Ronin, and at the time, I think the assumption was that Rise of Ronin was going to be like the samurai game of this year, and then next year will be full steam ahead for Ghost of Tsushima, and they won't conflict each other. And
Yeah.
Rise of Ronin's not doing so hot, so I guess that doesn't even matter. But yeah, I think this is cool that we'll get this year. There is no the release date is May 16th. Um, I wonder if we will. I imagine we'll probably see a showcase of this in the PlayStation Showcase rumored for May. So that date might work well with the showcase date. We'll see. But yeah, I think this is cool. I don't really see an issue or anything with this at all. Um Number 5. Sony is reportedly looking to making another acquisition. And this time it involves Halo. This comes to us from VG247 by way of Mark Warren. So, according to reports from New York Times and Bloomberg, which claims that Sony and an investment firm called Apollo Global Management are considering making a joint offer to acquire Paramount. Though no such proposal has actually been submitted as of yet. Both add that Paramount is currently still in exclusive talks with another company, Skydance Media, about a potential merger. Um, yeah, the addition of Sony to the process would seemingly make Paramount less concerned about the cash behind any bid. With this being cited as a concern that it had with a previous $26 billion bid from Apollo on its own, thanks to the gaming giant Deep Pocket. But basically, all that says is that Apollo was trying to acquire Paramount, and Paramount was kind of iffy on it. Sony is jumping onto that, and now it's going to be Sony and Apollo acquiring Paramount, and then now Paramount might be um, more happy with that handing over of these things. It is to note that Paramount is behind Nickelodeon, MTV, and then as well as be Paramount Pictures and Paramount Plus. And as the article from the top suggests, Halo is a part of that. So this just gets super, super weird that if this happens, if this goes through, Halo, the series would be a PlayStation thing, and Microsoft has like Hellblade, and it's just
Where the IPs is just all over the place right now. They're getting tossed around like
patty cakes. I
never
don't
mind.
know. No, other cakes.
Yeah, sure.
So yeah, it's an interesting place we are in currently. You know, that's also to be said that I think Halo season 2 is actually pretty good, better than Halo season 1 for sure. I haven't watched it because I don't have Paramount Plus, but if Sony purchases this and make it part of the PlayStation Premium, maybe, maybe I'll check it
Yeah.
out. Yeah. What else? What else? Yeah, there's nothing else to this. I will say though that the PlayStation the PlayStation Plus games for April, I think uh Tales of The African game. I always forget the title of
Oh,
that African game.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Tales of Zanzara Zao. There you go. I don't know.
I knew that.
And yeah, right. And I'm excited for this game. Like, I am legitimately excited for this game, and I can never remember this title. But yeah, I think that is supposed to be coming to PlayStation Extra, and also I think Dave the Diver too is supposed to be coming to PlayStation Extra, or Extra or Premium, because the way that video was presented, kind of confusing. But yeah, we'll see. That's all cool. Number 6. Dragon's Dogma 2 update will reduce Dragon's Plague, improve pawns. This comes to us from Insider Gaming. So, Dragon's Dogma 2 is having an update that's going to fix, a bunch of issues and stuff, but they've specifically called out that they are going to be making the whole Dragon's Plague thing more clearer to the people playing. I mentioned before in a previous cast about Dragon's Dogma, or the Dragon's Plague, and what that means. Essentially, it is a virus that is spread through the pawns in the online pawn system of the game. Your pawn will start acting erratically, and if you don't do anything about it, i.e., let the pawn go or kill the pawn, I think killing the pawn still works. You will, if you're in one of the cities, if you save at an inn, you will get a screen, or you'll get a cutscene of that pawn that's infected with the Dragon's Plague, essentially blowing up and like bursting virus or whatever, and it kills the entire city.
Oh wow.
And yeah, and you have to either just let it be and have all those people die. You can go around and collect wake stone shards to create a wake stone and use that wake stone to wake up people individually, but that's extremely expensive and extremely time consuming because those wake stone shards are just scattered all along the world. Dragon's Dogma 2.
Downside
You can
of letting everybody die.
Right. But you can also, if you find the Sphinx in the game, the Sphinx works like the mythological Sphinx, where it has riddles that you solve. If you solve all the riddles, you'll get an eternal wake stone. That eternal wake stone allows you to essentially revive an entire city. So it is a virus that will essentially will force you to have to like figure this out. If you find the Sphinx is the solution to the Dragon's Plague, essentially.
They let you do Edo Tensei, basically.
Yes.
Aaron explain it like it sounds familiar.
Right. It's just that you don't get to control any of the people that you wake, and you like, if you wake up the like vendors, you still have to pay them money, and it's like, so it's annoying. That part's annoying. The other part of this update is that they're going to be updating the pawns in terms of their interacting with the world and like how they treat certain environmental stuff. This part is a godsend for me, because as much as I love Dragon's Dogma 2, it is fucking infuriating when you are trying to explore the world. You get all the way up to the edge of a like cliff, and you're just looking on the ground for stuff, and you see your pawn just full sprint, run and jump off the cliff. And you're like, why are you doing that? And what happens is that your pawn goes into the water, and then this water will kill you. So the pawn dies, and the pawn doesn't come back. So you have to go to the main city Wakestone and essentially hire that pawn back. And it's so frustrating. So they're changing that stuff and making it work better and have the pawns not do that so much. So thank you. Yeah, I think that's yeah, and the other updates is going to just make things work better. So that's cool. Also, they're going to calm down how talkative the pawns are. Although I don't have a problem with that. I think it's kind of cool. Like, they actually have conversations with each other, and that's fun. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens there. Number 7. Actually, number 7 and 8 are pretty much the quick hits. Number 7, Take-Two announces layoffs while canceling multiple in development projects. This comes to us from IGN by way of Wesley Impel. So, nope, nope. That's the wrong one. This comes to us from IGN by Kate Bailey. So, Take Two is laying off around 5% of its workforce, or 579 workers, and canceling several projects. The GTA 6 publisher announced in a new filing. The news follow claims that CEO Strauss Zelnick. Ooh, got a burp. Got more burps. Okay. That the publisher had no plans for layoffs amid its planned cost reduction program. So essentially what it's saying is that back in February, they said that they'll be doing this whole cost reduction programs, and that at that point in time, they didn't see themselves laying off people. But now
Stuff happens.
stuff happens. At the end of April, they're laying off 579 workers. This sucks. You know, laying off people, it's never fun. It's always sucks. And this is just to be like the thing that just keeps happening in the industry this year, last year, the year before. It sucks.
All the years.
Say it again.
All the years to come.
Exactly. I think the question of this with GTA 6 coming out next year, 2025, is this going to hurt GTA 6? No. No.
Possible.
Yeah. GTA. Yeah. What did you say?
I said, in no way possible will it hurt GTA.
Absolutely. I totally agree. Like this sucks for the people. It is 5% of their work staff. And I honestly think that this is tied to the canceled several projects. And I think it's just, if they don't have those projects anymore, those people, those workers, it's like, we don't have a place for you right now. So you let them go because you're not making any money off of them, i.e. capitalism. So yeah, that sucks. I kind of wonder what those projects were. Like Take Two, they publish. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, because I only really know them from GTA 6, and I know they make sports games. What did you say?
I said The Saboteur Part 2.
Oh, there you go. So unfortunately, that's not happening anymore. So yeah, that sucks. It just, that's worse. So number 8, to end this off in a reasonably good note, Ubisoft responds to Star Wars Outlaw season pass backlash. Insists Jabba the Hutt is part of the experience of all players. This comes to us from IGN by way of Wesley Impel. Ubisoft has responded to ongoing backlash against the Star Wars Outlaws season pass, insisting Jabba the Hutt is part of the experience for all players. So if you don't remember, last week there was an article about how there's Jabba the Hutt mission that's exclusive for the people who buy the season pass. The season pass happens to be either $109 or I guess $110 or $130. No, sorry. Wait, that's not the price of the season pass. To get the game with the season pass is either $110 or $130. That's that. So yeah, everyone was just like, wait, this is crazy. What do you mean that in order to play this Jabba the Hutt mission, you have to get the season pass, you have to spend all this money? Is Jabba the Hutt not going to be part of the normal experience, the normal game story, whatever?
No, it's not. It's still part of the season pass. It's just that if you buy the $70 version, you just got to buy the season pass later if you want to.
Right. Yeah. And like, basically, it's pretty much what we had talked about last week, where it's like, what's probably happening here is that you just get you just get a special mission if you have the season pass that has Jabba the Hutt tell you to go do these things or whatever. He's still a part of the main game. Like, he's marketed in pretty much all the Star Wars trailers, I believe. So yeah, we were pretty much spot on last week about what this was actually going to be, and this is Ubisoft making it public and clearing the record essentially. So yeah, I'm not sure if I asked, but last week, are you excited for Star Wars Outlaws?
Hell no.
Oh yeah, you're not a big Star Wars person, right? Okay.
Star
Okay.
Wars,
All right, that
Star
makes
Trek,
sense.
Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, none of that shit.
Dang. Dang. Not even Harry Potter.
I saw maybe one movie with the Quidditch in it. I don't know how many movies had Quidditch in it, but no.
There's at least one movie with the Quidditch in it. Oh man. But yeah, I am optimistic for this game. I'll see. I'm not a super Star Wars person, but like my main issue with this is that it's an Ubisoft thing, and I don't really vibe with Ubisoft open world games. So
Yeah.
we'll see. We'll see what happens here. Um yeah, okay. And that's it. That's pretty much the news. Oh, wait a minute. I just saw what we've been playing. We got a special announcement of what we've been playing. Sean,
Uh,
what have you been playing?
okay, so last night I finally finished Yakuza. I'm
Mm,
sorry. Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
dang,
Man,
that's probably why you got some sleep, right?
game is rough. The
Oh,
ending,
really?
the ending is man.
Really?
Spoiler alert. The next 30 seconds or so. I don't even know who listens to us and plays the damn game.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. At least there's at least
So,
one person.
uh, as we know, Kiryu has cancer in this game,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like throughout the whole game he just kind of I don't know accepted he was gonna die. He was just like, ah, fuck it, I'm gonna just whoop some ass until I pass away. Basically, I'm gonna use
Right.
what's left of my energy to just do what I can to clean up the mess I made. But then towards the end, for whatever reason, he finally gets a change of heart and actually wants to go through chemo now because he said he tried before and it's just like whatever. And if you play all the optional missions in the game for him, like
Mm-hmm.
the memories, um, are you gonna play? You're not gonna play this, DJ. You just
I'm
don't.
gonna play it, but it won't be anytime soon. Because like I'm probably gonna play it like mid year or so.
So I said this a few episodes ago. Like they have optional missions that bring you full circle to meet people from Kiryu's past.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's helped or met along the way, except for his adopted daughter Haruka, where they kind of make it to where he's gonna meet her, but he hears her talking, and he's like, she's good without me. I don't need,
Okay.
she doesn't see me again. I'm supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
Um, so you just like left unsatisfied with that portion of the game. But at the very, very end, damn, that kind of sucks because at the very end, it's like after credits. They have two post credit scenes.
Oh wow. They're doing the Marvel thing.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, damn, does that make sense? I guess it still makes sense if you don't see the optional missions because you see the adopted daughter Haruka and her son Haruto, and they go to his hospital bed, but he's not there because the nurse is taking him into chemo, I guess. So
Oh.
it makes it seem like he may be in the next game. Granted,
Oh.
when that next game is coming out, I
It'll
don't
be
know.
like 3 years. They make them games real quick.
Let me see, like a Dragon 7. When did that come out?
Yeah. But yeah,
Uh,
I think there was a story about what their next game was gonna be. Oh, it wasn't gonna be Kwame.
yeah, okay. It came out in
Yeah.
2020, and this came out in 2024. So 3 to 4 years. Okay, for the next
Yeah.
mainline game, quote unquote. That's
Yeah.
not a remake. I don't know. It's a satisfying ending, but damn, just
So what about
there are no
go
winners
ahead.
in this game.
Okay. So what about the other cast like Ichiban and
So Ichiban finds out that he has a half brother to a father he didn't even know was his father originally.
Oh man.
It's just a lot in this game.
Yeah.
The first like when you very first start the game or rather I say when you very first get to Hawaii, you
Mhm.
catch a cab, you get a guy who tries to scam you, and he ends up trying to rob you at gunpoint, but then he ends up becoming friends with him. And
Yeah.
then there's like a guy in a wheelchair that he helps on the plane, and the guy in the wheelchair kind of intervenes or records when he's getting robbed at gunpoint. He's like, "No, I got the
Oh.
proof right here. You know, he wasn't doing such and such."
Mm-hmm.
And it turns out this guy is lying the whole time. He can walk. He was just playing on his sympathies from the last game because he knew he had a friend who was in a wheelchair that he helped all his life. The game is there's a lot of twists and turns, and
What?
I haven't even given away most of the plot. Like, it's just a lot
That's
in this
crazy.
game.
Yeah.
And I'm working on platinum it. I probably have like 2 or 3 things to do left, and then I'll move
Okay.
on to Final Fantasy.
Okay.
But
So Final Fantasy is gonna be your next game.
yeah, so when I
Cool.
looked at the playtime, it said I had about over 200 hours in this game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's about right. That's about right with how big that game is. I think that makes sense.
Granted, I probably took longer than normal because let me see how long to beat.
You have a
Uh,
child. You have 2 children.
yeah.
Yeah, you know.
Because
It
it
is what
says
it is.
around 113 hours to obtain 100% completion. So I took 200 hours, whatever.
Yeah, it's whatever. They don't know your life, Sean. So yeah, but that's awesome though. Like, yeah, man. So because Dragon's Dogma, after I beat Dragon's Dogma, actually Tales of Area comes out. I nailed it this time. Tales of Area comes out next week. So
Hmm.
I'm probably going to just play that because I imagine that's going to be a much shorter game than Dragon's Dogma 2. So I'll probably
Yeah.
play that, beat that, and then probably go back to Dragon's Dogma 2 and beat that. And then I think I will be clear for Infinite Wealth, but I could be forgetting. There could be something else that I said I was going to play. Like, I don't, in all honesty, I don't know when
Hmm.
I will go back to Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. Like right now, there's nothing
I hear it
really.
picks up though.
Does does it?
After the first, it sucks. I have
Yeah.
to kind of describe it like One Piece or some shit, but it picks up after a few hours.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Like I ultimately I want to play it before the end of the year because I want to just get through that to get to the third game because I know third game is supposed to be like crazy and like even near the end of this like stuff is happening. So I want to get to there, but it's just like there's just right now there's just nothing drawing me to get back into that game, and it's just like every time I boot it up, I'm just like I could be playing Dragon's Dogma 2. I could be
Yeah.
playing Baldur's Gate 3. I could be just running my dailies in Gundam Battle Operations too. So,
Mm.
or I could be playing Helldivers. Helldivers is a game that you're gonna need to jump on soon, Sean. You're gonna have to do it. You're gonna have to do it.
We'll see.
You're gonna have to do it. It's an amazing game. It's an amazing game. I'll say that. So yeah, that's it. In terms of me, like I've been still playing Dragon's Dogma 2. I don't really got any crazy stories that you won't see in the shorts that I need to put out. I just haven't put up any shorts in a
Hmm.
while. But yeah, it's next week I'll be playing Tales of Zanzaria, so I'll have that to talk about in the what we've been playing section. But that is it for the what we've been playing section, and that is it for the podcast because this has been another episode of Press X Start Gamers Digest. We hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we enjoyed talking about it. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. No, it's over here. You're supposed to comment all the way over here. So comment down below about all the cool stuff you heard about in this episode. And then also like the video, subscribe to the channel, and then hit the notification bell right there. I think I probably nailed it because I'm pretty sure I nailed it. And then if you're listening to us and you missed all that, please just leave us a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, whatever things you're using to listen to us. Just do that. Leave us a review. Thank you. That's it. That's it. You enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your night, the rest of your week. You continue playing games. And if you are going to get Stellar Blade next week, more power to you. More power to you. Hope you enjoy that game. And if you're getting Tales of Zanzaria, more power to you times 2. I hope we enjoy that game. Are you gonna get Tales of Zanzaria? Or no, you're gonna skip that?
I mean, you said it's gonna be on PlayStation Plus Extra or something like that.
Yeah. I think it might be discounted though. I'm not sure it's gonna be free.
The next thing I'll probably spend my money on is Stellar Blaze. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Oh, you're getting Stellar Blade.
I hope so.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Cool. All right, that works. We'll have stuff to talk about come next week.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That's it. You keep playing games. Yeah. Okay.
What's this episode? What?
16.